Hello, YouTube. What is up, guys? Welcome to the first extended episode of A Healthy Conversation with Fenzo. And today, I just want to say this is the best thing I've ever thought to do. Shout out to Leo Skeppy, by the way, because without him, I would have not thought to actually do this. This will be our first official, one second. This will be our first official video podcast. Other things will be on Apple Music and Spotify, so you can still listen to the audio only. But I wanted to take an initiative to put out, for the first time, our first video podcast episode. So let's get into it. All right, let's go. Look, today I wanted to basically step in and give you guys some advice on a couple things that I feel like a lot of people need, and that's how to stop and how I stopped falling off of track and losing motivation for a lot of different things. It was a little harder for me to do that, so I feel like giving you guys the tips will give you a better opportunity to, get better at it faster than me. At least I had to watch a lot of podcasts, go through a lot of life experiences just to, maintain and obtain some type of knowledge. Before we start, if you are new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment on the video. If you're listening to this on the audio only, drop me 5 stars. Okay, 5 stars. 5-star ratings. That is going to put us in the charts if people start to listen to this more and more. So yeah, let's get into it. Anyways, for starts, man, I have a couple key points that I want to talk to you guys about. So, for example, let's start off with gym motivation, right? So for me, I don't really go to the gym as much as I should, but I can say that motivation for working out is a little harder due to the fact that it comes with heavy discipline, right? And I started to basically go off of discipline, but when I was on a motivational scale of trying to push myself every day, it was a couple things I lacked. And one of them was checking on how I felt mentally, right? A lot of the times when we decide to try to push ourselves, we get burnt out. But the reason why is because we never actually try to check on our emotional status. Mental is the one thing that's going to help us maintain and maintenance how we push through these hard times, you feel me? And these times where we struggle with things at most. Make sure you check your mental. Make sure you understand why you feel how you could cope with how you feel, and how you could overcome how you feel. I feel like it's not as easy as I'm saying, but I can give you guys some different situations that would allow you to understand what I mean. For example, right? I used to actually work out a lot, right? But I stopped for a while because I didn't have the motivation anymore, because I used to do a lot of home workouts, which means pull-ups, push-ups, bag work. But with that, I was only stopping because I was allowing my mental to get drained because it was things that I was expecting out of it, right? With that, I kind of checked myself mentally. I asked myself a couple questions. What is it that you're expecting from home workouts? Are you expecting to become the most fit that you could be, knowing that the most fit is usually when you go to the gym and you can actually put in the work in different categories, right? At home is for maintenance purposes. That's when you work out so then you could be okay and you could actually have some type of, upkeep with your body and yourself. So that's one of them. Build awarenesses on situations, right? If you build awarenesses on situations, you understand how to handle and maintenance situation. You're going to realize a lot of these things are maintenance. A lot of these things are based off maintenance and how you can basically create fixtures for your problems. I would say use a lot of logic-based solutions. When you do that, then you'll be able to actually figure things out. So remember, check on your mental and build awarenesses to situations, which is basically being like, hey, what could I do to not drain myself as much? It might be changing up your schedule. You feel me? It might be doing not so much and gradually getting into it. At the end of the day, you have so many different options that would allow you to basically figure out what you want to do and execute it correctly. Next one that I love the most, because now I apply this to my life, is disciplining yourself in vulnerable states. I used to always depend on motivation, right? And it's from watching YouTube videos to talking to friends and, just needing people to push me. What I'll say is discipline yourself. When you discipline yourself, you create a regimen. A regimen will allow you to keep management. Like I said, a lot of these things are management, right? My bad if you guys heard a motorcycle outside. We ain't worry about that. Management will allow you to basically keep tabs on what you do and how you do it, right? When you do that, then you have an idealistic on a pattern that you set, which means you won't get drained. And that's where discipline comes into play. You can do it for 3 to 4 days, but are you going to do it for 3 to 4 months? That's how, and that's why you need to manage yourself. Because if you're going to do it for 3 to 4 days, that's cool. But if you're going to fall off after that, then you haven't applied discipline the way you're supposed to. And those 3 to 4 days are the vulnerable state. Those are the states in which you start, which you have that boost, that endorphin release. is going to feel so good every day. You're going to be like, oh my God, I needed this, right? But then what if one day you're laying in the bed and you just don't feel like getting up and going to the gym or getting up and working out? Now what? Now what predicament are you put in? A terrible one. That's when you need to apply discipline. You need to get up. You need to go wash your face. You need to get your life together, get your protein shake, and go get to work because you already set in stone that you wanted to do this. On to the next. I said this at the beginning of this video, actually. When you understand your emotions, right, that's when you gain awarenesses because understanding your emotions allow you to basically clock how you feel mentally. And with that, you use different factors on how you can cope or different factors on how you can manage. If you understand your emotional loss, right, which is when you feel drained and you just like, I don't want to do it anymore. It's like, I don't want to get up and go to the gym, right? That's when you be like, but why don't I want to go to the gym? Knowing that every day that I get out of the gym, I start to feel better. Don't let those days like that where you are feeling like you don't know what you want to do stop you, right? That's when you come in with logic-based reasoning because your emotions are usually what stop you. They're easily able to stop you, like very easily able to stop you, very easily able to stop you. And I had to realize that myself because when I used to work out, I never understood why, you feel me? And what was stopping me so much. It was always the emotion. It was the, I don't feel like it today. Keyword feel. Okay, you don't have to feel like doing something to actually get up and do it. And I learned that from Leo Skeppy. Because at the end of the day, if you know you got to do something, apply discipline and get it done with. Get it over with. That don't mean you got to push super, super duper duper hard and overwhelm yourself. That means just get the shit done the way you know you're supposed to. I got a couple more for you. And these are actually going to lead into a couple points that I want to, throw at you guys just to help you understand what I mean when I say this. Hold off on negative stimulus. Imagine you're having a very, very hectic work day and you're like, oh, bro, like this is stressful. I don't want to do this anymore. What's next? Are you going to apply discipline, do what you got to do, and then decompress afterwards? Are you going to stop in the midst of your tracks, go smoke or take a drink, and then get back to work thinking that it's going to help you feel better? You just got a little wasted when you didn't have to. You just have to apply discipline. These are healthy key points that I want to give you guys so then you can at least maintenance and keep up. First one is working out. I know we were talking about the gym at first, and this whole episode seems like I'm just talking about the gym, but you can apply these disciplines to different parts in your life. The first one is working out, bro. If you work out, that endorphin release will make you feel like you just had the best day you've ever had. If you have a stressful morning, go work out. Release all of that through your workout. You, at the end of that workout, you might just feel like the best you've ever felt. Another one is eating healthy. A lot of you guys eat a lot of fast food, and I've recognized myself that fast food is not that valid. Only because when you eat fast food, you will never actually be able to feel fulfilled. You get full, but not fulfilled. Fulfillment comes from eating good, eating stuff that's actually going to nourish and help your body. And I have to realize that I used to eat fast food so much, right? Until I realized that it was not doing anything good for me. So I switched out and now I fast. Now I eat a little healthier. A lot of the times I'm probably eating once or twice a day, but it's nothing but protein based. I'm getting my different nutrients out of the things that I eat, and I rarely eat out. Like last night I had a burger, but that was because my mom went out and she brought me food back home. But today, back on my regimen. You feel me? I try not to eat out as much as I used to, but things happen and gradually you get better. Anyways, on to the next one. Holding back on smoking weed and nicotine. Look, I know a lot of you guys are addicted to nicotine, so this one's for y'all. You have to understand that nicotine is not going to do you anything. Due to the fact that nicotine is actually something that allows you guys to get that mellow state of mind, that relaxed state of mind. You don't always need that to handle things. Same with weed. All right, back to what I was saying, y'all. So, my bad. Mild interruption. My mother came in. She didn't want to see what I was doing. But basically, you guys don't need that because what I've realized is when you actually apply those different stimulus, those aren't doing anything for you. It makes you like this one because you depend. It comes a dependence. That's why addiction is a thing, because it becomes a dependence, right? And I learned this from Leo Skeppy, someone that actually smoked cigarettes. But the thing about Leo that I've learned that is he smokes cigarettes, but he actually uses other additives and other different things to fight the negative effects that nicotine has. So if you guys want to do that. If not, then just stop. Another one is limit drinking. I get it. Sometimes drinking is a little fun activity that you want to do, but don't drink if you feel like you need to cope with something. That's not how this works. You don't need to drink to cope. You don't. Because at the end of the day, when you drink to cope, you look crazy. Because now you're using that as a dependence on small shit that you don't really need it for, right? Go drink when you with your friends. Take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 max shots. You don't need to go 9, 10. That's OD in my opinion, because I feel like, the human body is going to get dehydrated when you drink that much, right? So just, be gradual, but don't do it to cope with shit. Just do it for the fun activities. Don't do that shit to cope. That's butt, bro. Anyways, on to the next. Ground yourself in good habits. I know I just brought up the gym, eating healthy, limit drinking, smoking weed. All these are good habits that you can ground yourself with. And by grounding yourself, I literally mean take time to understand that these are things that you should apply to daily life. Become consistent with each of these, because then you will see a shine in your life. I do it. I try to work out as much as possible each and every day. Now I'm trying to get back into this podcast each and every day, but it took me a little minute because I was trying to get this audio plus, video shit figured out. So you feel me? We're back in action, less than a fraction. But I just want to say, if you ground yourself in good habits, I promise you will see improvement in your life like no other. Only because basically what happens when you ground yourself in good habits, it takes your bad habits and it knocks them out and replaces them, instead of you having the good and bad habits. I know you need good and bad for balance, but at the same time, I'm telling y'all, you can still do things that were a bad habit, but limit your bad habits, right? Because then when you limit your bad habits, you don't get bad habits out of the things that you're limiting. They become managed, right? Like I said at the beginning, managed, and they become good habits that you have on the side that will overtake the managed bad habits. There you go. Now, understand this one thing right here. No stimulus when waking up. And stimulus is phones, music, podcasts. Bro, give yourself at least 10 to 15 minutes to just sit in silence. In the morning when you wake up, well, why do you need to listen to music? In the morning when you wake up, why do you need to sit back and listen to a podcast? Dude, give yourself 5 to 10 minutes to just sit in that silence. Go brush your teeth. Me personally, I don't listen to music when I get up in the morning. I don't listen to podcasts when I get up in the morning. I do my morning routine, and then I'll probably check my phone. But I don't get on social media, right? What I'll do is I'll wait. I'll check my text messages if it's anything eager or important. Then I'll check it. If not that at all, then I'm leaving my phone alone and I'm enjoying my morning to just me, myself, and my thoughts. That is what I learned about a couple of self-improvement notes. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. That was something that I needed to tell you guys, because for a minute I was realizing that these things really will help you guys overcome a lot of the shit that you're dealing with when it comes to having you falling off track and losing motivation. Look, a lot of the time where you will sit back and have these bad habits, it'll put you in a box. And when we are in a box, sometimes we scramble, we panic, we have anxiety and don't know how to defuse these anxiety points, right? Well, what I've realized is when you use logic, it allows you to confront overwhelming feelings. Now, sometimes I like to sit to myself and ask myself a couple questions. Why do I feel this way? What could I do to change the way I feel? And how can I improve on never feeling this way again? And like I told you guys, it's a replacement. You're going to recognize that a lot of the times you feel like this is because you have a lot of bad habits that have built up and become dependent on the way that you feel and the way that you manage your life, right? So what I've realized is what you can do is you can take it, you can understand, and you can gain clarity through your situations by asking those 3 questions. Just take my advice on that. And last but not least, I know this episode is not that long. Face everything, dude. Everything you do, face it head first. Do not hesitate. I love you guys so much, man. I know this episode was not super long, but don't worry. I got another episode for you guys coming soon. I need to edit this, and I actually just recorded this on Saturday. I'm supposed to be posting this on Sunday, so I got to go edit. And, we're here. We're back. This is Healthy Conversation with Fenzo. If you guys haven't yet, drop a subscribe. Make sure you like, follow, and if you are listening to the audio only, go ahead and drop me 5 stars, because I need that and want that. Thank you guys. I love you so much. Have a wonderful day.